If you're on a budget but want to collect some X-Men comics, this is the video for you. Welcome, I'm Brian from BMA Comics Con, and today we're going to take a look at 5 key issue X-Men comic books that you can add to your comic book collection for under $50 each. These were selected because these are popular books that I believe would be interesting to most collectors but yet won't appear in the next list we do. If you're new to comics or this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button as we have another list of X-Men comics every collector should have that'll be coming out soon. Let's start off this list with number 5, Uncanny XMen number 130, the first appearance of Dazzler. Dazzler is a character that was created in the 1980s that has over time built her own niche fan base. For that reason, I added this singer with sound-based powers to this list. Number 4. Before Jim Lee came out with X-Men Volume 2 number 1 in 1991, he started drawing in Uncanny XMen 248. Jim Lee's art was phenomenal, and his time on the X-Men is legendary. That is why Uncanny XMen 248, the beginning of Jim Lee on art in X-Men, is one you're gonna want in your collection. Number 3. Storm is a character we don't always get a good depiction of, but she's a major player on the X-Men team, and one of my favorites. Now, her first appearance is gonna cost you way over $50, even 10 times that. But Uncanny X-Men 102 is the origin of Storm, and that won't. In that issue, we get to see her original backstory and how it is that she became to be on the X-Men. Number 2. Jean Grey has died many times in the comics, and yet she keeps coming back as if that's her mutant ability. To some people, this one doesn't count. I'll let you be the judge. Uncanny X-Men 137, The Death of Phoenix. This is the end of the Phoenix/Dark Phoenix story that was adapted in the X-Men 3, The Last Stand, and in the upcoming X-Men movie that Disney might possibly not release. The reason some say that this one doesn't count is because of the retcon of when they brought Jean Grey back to life by stashing her body underwater in a cocoon. It was said that it was Phoenix that died in this issue. Either way, this is a key issue that you're going to want to get and that could also go up in value if the movie is released, or if more likely, Disney does their own version of the Phoenix story. Honorable mention. X-Men number 1 is going to be an honorable mention for this video, as it is a very important X-Men book that every collector should have a copy of. There are many different variant issues to choose from, but this X-Men is drawn by Jim Lee and matches that of the classic 90s X-Men animated series. This comic also holds the record for the most single issues ever sold with approximately 8 million copies. So there's a copy out there with your name on it, and fortunately for you, it won't cost you hardly anything. Finally, the number 1 key issue on this list is X-Men Volume 2, number 25. This is a part of the Fatal Attraction story that crossed over between multiple X-Men titles. That was a popular thing, especially in the 90s. The reason this issue was chosen is because this issue is where Magneto rips the adamantium right out of Wolverine's body. It's a shocker that Wolverine and Magneto have been going at it for almost 20 years by this time, and this is the first time he's done it. Which makes sense, because as long as Wolverine has the adamantium, he doesn't pose much of a threat. There you have it, folks. 5 key X-Men comics that you can add to your collection for under $50. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these books, or what cheap X-Men books you thought should be on this list. Like I said, this is just the first of a couple videos on this topic. Next, we'll be looking at 5 key issues for any fan of the X-Men movies. So, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos. For more X-Men videos, you can check out my last video, which was an unboxing of 4 key X-Men issues by looking in the description for the link or by clicking the card that just popped up in the top right corner. Thanks again for watching this video. I appreciate you spending your time with me. And until next time, Brian out.